Hola. Mwah. Oh, I'm so hungry. I can't, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so glad you called me, Mia. I'm so hungry. Oh, look, there's nothing in my cabinets. Oh, you can't see that, but there's nothing there. I'm so hungry. Mia, please come cook for me. Oh, you know what I like. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh, this is great. My Mia's gonna cook for me. Oh, I've got to watch Great Age Movement. Cooking lessons. Great Age Movement. Food for my tummy. No more eating.
Happy Saturday! Welcome to the Great Age Movement at Home Lab Series in partnership with the Health Museum. Today we are cooking for Grandma some gumbo, and I'm here with two fantastic chefs. Take it from here.
Hi, my name is Allie, and I'm going to be doing most of the cooking today, and I'm here with my mom, Karen.
Hi, I'm Karen. I'm going to be the assistant. So what are we going to be cooking, Allison?
We're going to be cooking some Cajun gumbo.
Okay. What kind of gumbo are we going to be cooking?
We're going to be cooking sausage and chicken gumbo.
Okay. So we've got some chicken, and we've got some sausage. What kind of sausage are we going to be using?
Some Zatarain's
All right.
and Dewey's.
All right, we're going to use some Zatarain's and Dewey. We've got some already pre-cut and pre-picked. We used a rotisserie chicken to make it easier. What should we start with first?
We should start with our roux.
Okay, we'll start with our roux. What am I going to need for my roux, Allison? And what is a roux?
A roux is
Is it the base of the gumbo?
yes.
Okay,
it's the
so
base.
what do I need first to make my roux?
You need some heated oil.
Okay, so you want me to pour and you tell me what I need to put in?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to come over here, since I'm a grown-up, and I'm going to do the fire, like on a medium-high heat. And how much oil should I put in?
You should put in.
Am I going to measure it?
No. You shouldn't.
Why don't we measure it?
We don't measure it because that just takes too much dishes.
Ah! We're not going to measure it. We're just going to fill it up. We're going to cover the bottom of the pot. Okay, so after my oil is heating in my pot, what do you need me to get next?
Some flour.
Flour. Okay. You have any flour?
Yes.
Great. You going to put the flour in?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to stir using this whisk. And you have to stir the entire time. You don't want your roux to burn. Once your roux burns, you have to throw it away. So I'm going to sit over here and I'm going to stir. Allison, why don't you tell us, why are we making a chicken and sausage gumbo? Why is that a popular gumbo?
We're making chicken and sausage gumbo because in the 1700s, most people had pigs, cows, and chickens on their farm. So chickens provide the eggs and the chicken, and the cows and the pigs provide the meats. So it would be easy to access.
So that's what they had on hand when they were self-sufficient. So I'm going to keep cooking this roux. What's the next thing we should do? You want to get this rice over here and we'll start our rice?
We should start our rice.
Okay, here. I'm going to stir. And we're going to put in 2 cups of rice with 4 cups of water. You always double your rice. So let's put 1, 2, and then here, can you put 4 cups of water in? Here,
4 cups of water? Okay.
here. Put 4 cups of water in. And I'm going to keep stirring my roux. I'm not kidding. I don't want it to burn. That would be a travesty. All right, there's 1. So how do we know when our roux is done, Allison? Like,
when
how do
it's
you
the
know
color
that it's-
you like it.
All right, what color do you like it?
Dark like a penny. This is not working.
Do we tap it right here? This is fancy. Okay,
No.
good. Let's see, we're just rolling with it.
Yeah.
That's New Orleans style. We just roll with it. Okay. Thank goodness for our people on the sides telling us how to work this kitchen. All right, so we have our rice cooking. Now, what are we going to add, Allison, to our roux? Oh, it's almost done. How do you know what color does it need to be?
It needs to be dark like a penny.
Okay, when it's about the color of a penny, then you know your roux is ready. So I'm gonna move this over here so you can see. Normally we'll do this on a stove. We'll move it over here so everybody can see properly. Let's do that. What is this over here, Allie? What is this?
Okay, so the next thing we are going to be adding are some vegetables.
And what do we call these vegetables?
We're calling these vegetables Trinity. So the vegetables are onion, celery, and bell peppers.
Onion, celery, and bell peppers. Okay, so we have some pre-cut. You want to cut a couple more and I'll start putting these in. These are
Sure.
already washed. Nice. The fancy faucet.
I think it's fine, Mom.
It's fine. All right, we're gonna stir. And we're gonna add, let's add some of these in while you cut.
And make sure you don't put your fingers under so you don't cut yourself.
That's a really great tip. That's just a life tip for everybody. Don't put your hand under the knife.
Okay, these two were not using.
Okay, so after we have our celery added, then what are we gonna add?
Then we're going to add the onions.
Okay. Is this a yellow onion or a white onion?
It is a white onion.
Yeah, I like the white onion. It's better. It holds the flavor. You know, cooking gumbo is a really common thing in Louisiana when you're expecting company. You can make a day out of it. You can start in the morning, assemble your ingredients, and you can just kind of come by the stove and stir it a couple of times. And then when your company gets there, it's ready. You don't have to stand over your gumbo all day, just in the beginning. All right, so we have our onions. The next thing we're going to add.
Is some bell peppers.
All right, so that's 2 of the 3 ingredients of the Trinity. I might not turn this off again. I might have to leave it on. All right, so we have our Trinity. And you are going to stir this until the vegetables are softened. Now my rice is back here getting ready to boil. I like to start my rice first because it takes about 15 minutes to cook.
Mm-hmm.
We prefer the long grain Zatarain rice in New Orleans. That's what we like. All right, what are we gonna add now, Miss Allie? All right, what you need? You want your,
We're going to start
oh, there it is. There's
With
your broth.
our broth, yeah. With some chicken broth.
Okay, and you could make your own, or what we do, we just buy it at the grocery store. You're gonna add your chicken broth.
Mm-hmm.
How much chicken broth do you want to put in?
You put in about, so for these type of containers, you put about the whole container of it.
Yeah, put a whole one. Okay, let's move this over here. Will you put that rag straight? I'm gonna set this on top. It's fine. It's
That's
fine. Anything goes. All right, what should we start adding? What should we add?
We should start adding our chicken and our sausage.
Okay, we're gonna add our protein. Now, I know that chicken and sausage is what we're using, but I also know that sometimes people like to add,
Oysters and shrimp.
yes, they like to add oysters and shrimp on special occasions. All right, let me get a spoon so you can start stirring. Here you go. I'll take that whisk. All right. Looks like our rice has come to a boil, so we're going to cover it. And we're going to put it on low. Or high. Now it's on low. All right. So this is what it looks like. You want me to lift it? You hold
Sure.
the spoon. So right now, it's going to be on your stove. It's going to be kind of a brown, like a tannish color.
hmm
What should we start adding?
We should start adding our seasoning.
Okay. What do we want to add first, Al?
Some basil.
Basil. Show us the basil. Dried basil.
Mm-hmm. And just add a few shakes.
So you're not going to measure this either?
No.
You're just going to do what feels right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What can I hand you?
Now let's start adding our thyme and our
Thyme.
bay leaves.
Thyme. Okay. That's bay leaves. Thyme. Okay. So I guess we could use fresh or dry.
That's good.
Perfect.
And then we're gonna start adding our bay leaves.
Thought I was helping. Am I not the helper? Bay leaves. Okay. So we're going to add a couple of bay leaves.
Add about like 2 to 3.
Yeah. And then at the end, we're going to pull the bay leaves out because we don't even really need to eat them. They're just in there to soften and tenderize the meats. Some people like to put chicory in. That came from Africa, chicory. Also okra. And I was just told that the word gumbo means okra.
Mm-hmm.
It's an African word for okra.
Now
I
we're
was
gonna
challenged. I didn't know the answer, so I
Now
was
we're gonna-
informed. Some Tonys.
now we're gonna start adding some Tonys.
A little or a lot?
A lot, since I like mine a little more spicy.
She likes a little bit of kick. All right, so we're going to just keep stirring. Now, after our Tonys,
We should add the Crystal hot sauce.
and Crystal's your favorite, isn't it?
Yes, it's the best one out there.
Totally. Got some good music in the background. I'm adding some water, so I don't know if I added the right amount. I don't think I counted properly. I was too busy trying to take over.
Now we're gonna add some Gator shake.
And the Gator shake we got from somebody in our neighborhood who makes it right here in Texas. And we made it a mainstay.
What's in it?
Let's see, what's in it? Read it.
It says
It's
that
from Siena, Texas.
it has black pepper, salt, garlic, sugar, paprika, and some corn.
Just what I thought. Exactly what I thought. We'll just keep stirring. What else do we need?
And the last thing out of spices is Punch Your Daddy.
Punch your daddy. We're gonna go heavy on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Now we like to also add some Tabasco pepper juice. We don't add the actual peppers, but we add the juice. Now, our secret ingredient that we go heavy on.
Is garlic.
Now, I'll hold this. All right, how much garlic are you going to use? Let's see.
So we're starting off with 1 tablespoon.
That's a heaping tablespoon. How do
Now
you know when enough's
2.
enough?
You know when enough is enough when your heart tells you to stop.
There you go.
And since 3 is an odd number, we're gonna round up to 4 and make it even.
There you go. Math at work, right there. The intelligence of the youth. We're gonna stir, stir, stir. We're gonna put it on our stove, stir it up a little bit, and then we're gonna show you how you're gonna pick your chicken.
Okay.
All right. So our gumbo is gonna be cooking on our stove. Now normally you would have it on the stove this whole time. We're gonna show you how we pick this chicken. All right. So when we started, we used the rotisserie. Just got it at the grocery store. And we're going to move this over. And we'll move these things so that everybody gets a really,
Good view.
yes, a good view of your instructions. All right. I'm going to start with the big knife. And I'm going to have you do some of the picking. So I like to just cut it. We usually make Dad do this because it's messy. All right, you start doing some cooking, and I'll put the tray out. What do I do? You can start picking your chicken, and we'll put it on here for you.
Okay.
So, you know, one of the things I love about cooking gumbo when I was little, I would go to my grandmother's house, and she was very patient. She had a lot more patience than my mom did with us in the kitchen. Because when you're with your grandma, you get a lot more attention than when you're with your mama. So she would show me how to do all these things. She'd show me how to pick my chicken, and she'd show me, she had a lot of patience. She would tell me stories while we were cooking. It was a great way to spend some time together. All right, so what we'll do is we'll just debone this whole, or we'll pick this whole chicken. And then something I like to do is after you pick the chicken, you can boil the carcass and you can make homemade broth. Super yummy. All right, Allie, you want to show everybody? So we have our chicken getting picked. What about our sausage? I'm going to show how we did all the prep.
So our sausage, you're gonna be cutting into little tiny pieces.
Little tiny pieces. Okay. I prefer the andouille sausage. All right, Allie, you want to get cutting?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, that's how we're going to do that.
And make sure you're washing your hands so that way your food isn't very germy.
Great. Rice. It's a labor of love when you're making your gumbo, but your guests will love you more for it. So Allison, tell me one of the reasons you like to be in the kitchen. What do you like about it?
I like being in the kitchen because it gives me time to, it just is very relaxing for me, and I get to spend time with my mom.
That's me. I like to be in the kitchen because it allows you to be creative. And you can enjoy the reward of your work.
Of your delicious food.
Yes. So I'm going to put this over here. So we had our sausage, we had our chicken,
Be careful.
and we had our veggies.
No, Mama. Okay.
No, don't do that. She's telling me no, Mama. Don't touch my stuff, Mama. Since I'm not the head chef, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to listen. Now there's a lot more chicken on here.
And this is about how big your pieces should be when you cut them.
And can you cut them smaller, bigger, or how do you like to?
It doesn't really matter how you cut them. It just matters that you cut them right.
Well, there you go. I think that's the thing. People from New Orleans, a lot of times we cook how things feel. We cook the way it feels. If it feels right, that's what we do. Okay, now we've got our peppers, we've got our onions. You know, this is a great Sunday dish. You can cook it on a Saturday. Put it in your refrigerator. Here, Al. And
Okay.
it tastes even better on Sunday when you have everybody over. All right, here you go.
Okay.
You want to do that cutting?
Now I'm gonna start cutting the bell peppers.
I'm going to move my chicken.
Hi,
We
puppy.
don't need him. Yeah, we have some little. Got it. All right. I love the way you're handling yourself in the kitchen. It's safe. All right, so we're cutting the first component of our trinity, our bell pepper, our onion, and our celery. That's really the base of most of the things that we cook. It's a great way to get your vegetables in.
And make
You've got
sure
your proteins. It's a complete meal.
and make sure you dice it up nice and tiny.
Yeah, I like it small. Your rice is looking good. Your gumbo is looking good. I love it, Allison.
It's smelling really good as well.
It really is. I love the way my house. I love the way my house smells when I make some gumbo. Beautiful. Want me to get the celery ready for you?
Sure.
Dice up some celery. Celery is one of those things that no matter how much you wash it, you feel like you gotta wash it some more.
No.
All right. That's real warm right there. Making it happen. Okay. So, here, just leave that. I'll get that. Don't worry.
He just ate it.
We have a little dog down here who just ate some bell pepper. I think he's going to be fine. He's a Cajun dog.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with your, oh, now you're going to eat it too? That's one of the best things about being the cook is you get to eat and sample while you cook. All right. Here, while you wash your hands, I'll cut the celery for you.
Okay.
Okay. I love that my kids eat vegetables. It's a great way to sneak in some vegetables for your children or your grandchildren or yourself even, or your picky partner who doesn't want to eat any veggies. To me, a really good quality knife is important too when you're cooking because you don't want to make any mistakes having a push. One really good knife, man, it makes such a difference, right?
Yes.
Having
It makes your cuts cleaner.
It really does. Okay, so you transfer that.
So the celery.
Yeah, we'll
here.
make it kind of like almost like a little charcuterie. It's going to look like.
Okay.
All right. And that way everybody can see at home all the ingredients. Sometimes if you see something and you're a visual learner, it helps you to remember better than reading a recipe.
Instead of putting it on a plate or a tray, you should put it in the pot. So that way it's cooking while you're cutting.
Yes, we're just simulating, aren't we?
Mhm.
Simulating. Simulator. Okay, now, so we have our trinity. What are the three parts of our trinity, Allison?
Bell peppers, onions, and
Celery. We've already
Yes.
done it. Look at me. I'm trying to take your job. All right, so I'm going to give you these, and then we need to start our onion. And what happens when you cut an onion sometimes?
your eyes can get watery because of the scent.
Yes. So you know what I do? This is a little secret. You put a piece of bread in your mouth when you're cutting. And I don't know why. It's magic, but try it. Put a piece of white bread in your mouth.
Sandwich bread, French
Yes,
bread.
that's true. I'm not making it up. I'm a woman of truth in the kitchen. Okay, yeah, sandwich bread. We just put some sandwich bread. We have masks. I don't know how we would put bread in our mouth, so we might just cry it out. We're gonna cry because this gumbo is gonna be so good. All right. See, my husband gets home. He gets to live with this. All this fun, right, Allie girl? Do you want to be the crier or me?
Maybe you because you're peeling the onion skin.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Offer me up. All right, so we've got some parts of our Trinity. And we got the last little part.
But it's nice since we're wearing a mask, we don't really smell it, so we don't really cry.
No, isn't that crazy? I'm not usually wearing a mask in my own kitchen. Okay, so here we go. You just washed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe make a little cavity or something that we could put our.
This chicken.
You hear her? She says, this chicken does look good. I see where they're trying to get. But you know what? That's one of the things I love about cooking with my grandmother. She let me break all the rules that my parents never let me break. They were on me, but my grandma was like, "You want to eat it? You eat it." More about the experience. Okay. So now, I think our rice.
It's about to
I
get
should've
done.
Put the bread in. Look at my eyes. Should have stuck a piece of bread under here because I'm crying. All right, I'm crying because it's gonna taste so good. Wouldn't that be funny if I pulled a piece of bread out right now? Okay. All right. We have our Trinity. Let's check on our rice. I'm going to, while you're doing that, I'm going to step over here and get my
Rice done.
Here. Pour my rice over here. I'll come right back. That looks good, Allie. Smells so good in here. Everybody, I wish we could send smells over Facebook, right? That's amazing. Perfect. Now, let's move this over here somewhere. See, we have a really big kitchen. Okay. Can you get that? I'll dump your rice for you. What do you
Sure.
think of that?
Where would you like me to put this?
Maybe put it front and center. I will.
The
Not
rice
the
looks
rice.
about good.
Look at that. No stick. All right. This sink is going to try me today. One too many times. All right. So we have our rice. What about our gumbo? Let's see. We have some little bowls.
And make sure you're stirring your gumbo a lot so that way it doesn't burn.
Yes. All right. So this gumbo is one that we're making right now. This turn gumbo that we made last night. So we can show you what it looks like in the end. All right. Allison, where's the cut? Oh, here it is. Let's rinse this. And you want to start, you're going to rinse it. See what I'm dealing with? All right. There we go. Now, you, be careful. This is a little hot. You know. You're a chef. You don't need me to tell you. Plate up.
So when you think your roux is done, you can start scooping
Your
your
roux?
rice into
Your gumbo.
yeah, your gumbo and your roux.
Now, I only like a little bit of rice. Allison is heavy on the rice.
That's
the advantage.
yours.
And 10 as opposed to being almost 50. I have to go heavier on the protein, lighter on the carbs. This is a very camera showed me where the rag was. All right. Now let's scoop out some gumbo. I'm really bad about touching the pot. I kind of push my luck too many times. All right. So this is our gumbo that we made last night. So why don't you hand me?
A bowl?
Yes. And we will tell me when.
This is yours, so you can sit.
Thank you. It looks so good. You can see the color of that gumbo. Super hot.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, look how good this looks. Anybody ready for some lunch? Want to try this one?
Sure.
You want to scoop yours? Or want me to do it?
I'll scoop it. That's
Okay.
good.
She's gonna scoop. Let me help you. Let me hold it up. Okay. Little person. Okay. And now here we go. We have our gumbo. Our chicken and sausage.
Sausage
Want a
gumbo.
little more?
Sure.
Sure.
That
You're
looks
like
about
sure
good.
because you know I'm doing it anyway. Okay. All right.
Wow.
So what do we have here?
Now we're finally done with our chicken and sausage gumbo. And now this is the best time because you can eat it.
The best part. We get to eat it now.
I came back just in time for the end product.
Surprise!
Surprise. Oh, fantastic. Look at you.
All right.
Thank
You gonna
Yeah.
come over this week and make some more gumbo at our house?
Yeah, I feel like
Look at that. Beautiful.
what we should be doing.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for having us, Allison.
Thank you, Allison.
Thank
Chef
you,
Allison and Chef
Assist.
Extraordinaire, Assistant Kieran.
Always the helper.
But you get results, and that's what matters. Thank you, audience, for watching this amazing show and for y'all providing us a nice dish that everybody should try at home. We'll see you next week with the Great Age Movement at Home Lab series. And Taylor is back, and she's going to show you a great workout in your home. So stay tuned next Saturday at 10 a.m. Facebook Live. Have a great weekend.